Hey, have you ever been hit with a question that just stops you dead in your tracks? You know, the kind where your brain is yelling, "Danger! This feels off," while the other person is just smiling like everything's fine. Your stomach's doing flips, and some little voice inside you is screaming, "Get out of here!" That's not just a random feeling. That's your gut instinct kicking in, warning you that you're face to face with a liar. And I'm not talking about a small-time fibber. I mean the kind of liar who can mess with your head so bad you start doubting your own reality. These pros don't just lie with their words. They weaponize questions. Yeah, they ask stuff that sounds innocent on the surface. But trust me, those questions are loaded traps designed to trip you up. In this video, we're going to dive deep and expose 5 of the sneakiest, most manipulative questions liars use to play mind games. Once you know how to spot these, you'll save yourself a ton of stress, time, energy, and maybe even some cash. Whether it's a fake friend, a toxic ex, a shady coworker, or some random person on a dating app asking if you're open to forgiveness, some questions are just giant red flags waving in your face. This isn't about being paranoid, it's about being sharp. When you learn to see through their tricks, you stop falling for their act. Oh, and before we get started, I always highlight my favorite comment from the last video at the end, so stick around to see if it's yours. Let's break down what we're covering today, the exact questions liars use to twist the situation. Why these questions seem harmless, but are actually pure manipulation, how to spot them without needing a fancy degree or a magic wand, and most importantly, how to shut them down fast. By the end of this, you'll be able to sit across from a manipulator, hear their nonsense, and think to yourself, "Oh yeah, I see right through you." So, put on your mental armor because we're stepping into the psychological battlefield where liars thrive, and we're not here to play nice. Let's jump into the first sign that you're dealing with a master manipulator pretending to be a decent human being. Instead of defending themselves when caught, they turn the tables and start questioning you. Alright, let's get into the 5 questions liars love to ask. First up, question number 1, why are you being so dramatic? Oh, come on now. Are you seriously calling me dramatic for pointing out your obvious lie? This is a classic move straight out of the liar's handbook. Imagine you catch someone doing something shady. Maybe they've been talking trash about you behind your back, or they straight up lied to your face. Instead of owning up to it, they hit you with this line. Why are you being so dramatic? It's pure manipulation. They're not even denying what they did. Instead, they're trying to make you look like the problem. This question is like a sneaky trap, sprinkled with fake concern. The second you start explaining why you're upset, you're no longer talking about their bad behavior. You're defending yourself. And just like that, they've won. You've stepped right into their game. They might even say something like, "Oh, I didn't lie. You just misunderstood me." No, I understood perfectly. Here's the real deal. Liars use this question to make you doubt your own feelings so they can dodge responsibility. It's not about drama. It's about them avoiding the consequences of their actions. If you take the bait, they'll rewrite the story to make you look like the crazy one while they play the innocent victim. Don't let them pull this on you. Stand your ground and keep the focus on what they did, not how you reacted. Moving on to question number 2. Do you even trust me? This one's like an emotional bomb dropped right in the middle of a conversation. Liars love this question because it completely flips the situation on its head. Let's say you catch them acting suspicious. Maybe they've been hiding something, or you've noticed their story doesn't add up. Instead of explaining themselves, they pull out this line. Wow, do you even trust me? It's emotional blackmail dressed up as hurt feelings. Suddenly, you're not talking about their sketchy behavior anymore. Now you're stuck trying to prove that you trust them while they slip away without answering for anything. If someone has to ask if you trust them instead of just being honest, well, there's your answer right there. People who are truly trustworthy don't need to ask. They show it through their actions, their honesty, and by not acting like they've got something to hide. Trust isn't something you beg for, it's something you earn. So when a liar throws this question at you, don't fall into the trap of reassuring them. Keep the focus on the issue at hand, and don't let them dodge the real conversation. Now let's talk about question number 3. So, what do you want me to say? Honestly, how about the truth for once? This question is so manipulative it might as well come with a big warning sign. Here's how it works. Instead of admitting they're wrong, they act clueless or overwhelmed. They pretend they don't know how to respond, as if they're just too confused to deal with the situation. What they're really saying is, I know I'm in the wrong, but I'm going to make you feel bad for even bringing it up. It's like they're throwing their hands up and flopping down like a kid throwing a tantrum. Let me make this clear. If someone lies to you or hurts you, and their first response is, "What do you want me to say?" they're not sorry. They're just trying to wiggle out of the conversation without owning up to anything. They're hoping you'll hand them the right words to fake an apology, say just enough to check the box, and move on like nothing happened. Don't give them that easy out. If they can't figure out how to be honest on their own, that's their problem, not yours. Next, question number 4. Can we just move on already? No, we can't just move on until you actually take responsibility for acting like a cheap spy in a bad movie. Liars hate being called out, and they especially hate long conversations where their lies start to unravel. So, they try to shut things down quick by playing the let's just move forward card. Now, don't get me wrong, moving on can be part of healing, but skipping over accountability isn't healing. It's just sweeping the mess under the rug. They want to close the chapter without facing any consequences, to have peace without doing the hard work, to get a free pass without even saying sorry. And guess what? You're not a doormat. You deserve better than to let someone brush off their bad behavior just because they're tired of talking about it. Moving on happens after the truth comes out, not before. So when a liar tries to rush past the issue with this question, don't let them off the hook. Hold them accountable, even if it's uncomfortable for them. Finally, question number 5. Are you really going to throw everything away over this? This is the ultimate guilt trip, the emotional explosion liars use when they realize their game has fallen apart. They frame the situation like you're the bad guy for daring to stand up for yourself. Sometimes they'll even say this with fake tears or a dramatic tone, acting like you're the one breaking trust by calling them out. This question is a desperate attempt to make you second-guess your boundaries. They want you to feel like holding them accountable means losing everything good between you. But here's the truth. If keeping a relationship means betraying your own values or ignoring their lies, then that relationship isn't worth keeping. Your self-respect is worth more than any connection built on dishonesty. So when a liar pulls this card, don't let their words shake you. Remember that you're not throwing anything away. They already damaged the trust, and it's on them to fix it, not you. So, let's wrap this up and recap what we've learned. Liars don't ask questions to understand or grow. They ask questions to manipulate and control the story. They're not after the truth. They're after power over how you see the truth. But now that you know their tricks, you're not falling for it anymore. Once you recognize their playbook, you stop being a pawn in their game and start calling the shots. You see the red flags, you point out the lies, and you protect your peace like it's the most valuable thing you own. Because it is. The next time someone tries to mess with your head by asking, "Do you even trust me?" look them straight in the eye and say, "Trust? I don't even trust the expiration date on a milk carton. What makes you think you've got a shot? This channel is for people who are done with mind games and ready to see through the nonsense. If that's you, hit that subscribe button, and let's keep exposing these liars together. Now, as promised, here's the comment of the day from one of our awesome viewers. This user said, "Stop hurting my feelings. I hate it when people are too honest with me." Alright, since you're not a fan of brutal honesty, I'll hold back the hard truth for now and just say you're amazing. Keep the comments coming, folks. I love reading them. And for those of you who always ask for book recommendations related to the topics we discuss, I've got you covered today. Here are 5 incredible books by best-selling authors that dive deep into spotting lies and understanding manipulation. First up is Telling Lies by Paul Ekman. This is a fantastic read by the psychologist who inspired the show, Lie to Me. It explores micro-expressions, body language, and psychological cues that liars can't fake. It's basically a crash course in detecting deception. Second is Spy the Lie by Philip Houston, Michael Floyd, and Susan Carnicero. Written by former CIA agents, this book shares real techniques used by professional interrogators to catch lies. Third is The Like Switch by Jack Schaefer, an ex-FBI agent. While it focuses on reading people and building rapport, it's packed with insights on how liars behave when trying to charm you. Fourth is Dangerous Personalities by Joe Navarro. This one breaks down the kinds of people you should steer clear of, like manipulators and sociopaths, and how to spot them. Lastly, number 5 is Lie Spotting by Pamela Meyer. This is an easy read full of practical tips for identifying lies in everyday situations, whether it's in business, dating, or friendships. Pick up these books, and you won't just spot liars. You'll have them sweating like they're on a lie detector test. Thanks for watching, and I'll catch you in the next video. Stay sharp out there. New music heat.